sovereign energy, sacred boundaries, and relational prosperity. Quantum opening. Your mind becomes the living laboratory where reality learns to take form. Every boundary you honor upgrades the algorithm of your life. Every yes aligned with your essence writes new code into your nervous system. Every no spoken with love liberates ancestral weight and makes space for prosperity to unfold without friction. Home Section 1. The deep gaze, the royal architecture of self-respect. Sovereign energy rises when your inner throne is occupied by presence rather than pressure. The world mirrors the seat you choose. Sit in appeasement and you receive demands. Sit in authenticity and you receive devotion. Sit in sovereignty and you receive reciprocity. Sacred boundaries do not separate love. Sacred boundaries shape love. A river needs riverbanks to sing its song. Without edges, water floods. With wise edges, water nourishes. Your life force behaves like that river. The channel you carve with values, agreements, and rituals allows your current to move cleanly toward creation rather than leakage. Relational prosperity expands when value meets value. Prosperity is not only money. Prosperity is a consistent exchange of presence, honesty, creativity, safety, and delight. When you choose boundaries that support those currencies, relationships become ecosystems rather than transactions. An ecosystem flourishes because each species knows its role, each root respects its soil, and the sunlight of truth reaches every leaf. Archetypally, sovereign energy is the marriage of the sovereign and the lover. The sovereign provides structure, law, guardianship. The lover provides warmth, tenderness, awe. Without the sovereign, love dissolves into confusion. Without the lover, structure hardens into coldness. When both dance within you, your yes glows and your no blesses. Your presence emits orientation. Others feel it and relax into mutual clarity. The soul travels through seasons of overgiving and under-receiving until it learns the cadence of exact gifting. Exact gifting means your offering is honest about your capacity, your price, your timing, and your purpose. Exact gifting generates exact receiving. In this harmony, guilt dissolves, resentment evaporates, and magnetism increases. Section 2. Scientific and Psychological Foundations. Humanistic and transpersonal psychology converge in the insight that a person thrives when behavior aligns with intrinsic values and a sense of meaning. Authenticity lowers the cognitive load because the brain does not need to run defensive subroutines. Congruence frees neural bandwidth for creativity. The prefrontal cortex orchestrates executive functions such as planning, inhibition, and goal-directed action. Clear boundaries reduce ambiguity and decision fatigue, allowing executive networks to allocate energy efficiently toward chosen aims. Attachment science shows that safety and reliability foster openness and exploration. When your boundaries are clear, partners, clients, and friends experience predictable interaction. Predictability increases oxytocin pathways and reduces amygdala alarms. This supports relational attunement. The reward system learns that honesty brings connection rather than punishment, thus rewiring expectation loops. From a transpersonal lens, boundaries serve awakening rather than separation. States of unity flourish when the individual self is integrated, not erased. A stable container permits deeper surrender. Meditation and breathwork modulate the autonomic nervous system. Vagal tone increases through slow exhalations and compassionate self-talk. Higher vagal tone correlates with social engagement and flexible resilience. Healthy limits are therefore both relational medicine and mystical preparation. Neuroplasticity responds to repetition with emotion. Each time you choose a loving no, dopaminergic prediction errors update. The nervous system learns that protection and connection can coexist. The fear of loss softens. The cortex writes new maps where firmness equals love. Over time, you embody a baseline of calm strength. Others entrain to your coherence. Symbolically, imagine the psyche as a cathedral. The nave is your heart, radiant and spacious. The columns are your values. The doors are your boundaries. Doors that never close invite storms. Doors that never open prevent pilgrimages. Intelligent doors, consciously opened or closed, transform visitors into participants and idle curiosity into sacred exchange. Juanilas, Section 3. Applied biodecoding. The body remembers the contract. The body speaks in metaphors that the mind can learn to read. Chronic throat tightness often reflects unspoken truths or collapsed nose. Shoulder pain can mirror the unconscious habit of carrying what is not yours. Digestive unrest reflects difficulty assimilating an environment or a relationship that violates your pace. Skin eruptions may express boundaries breached at the perimeter where self meets world. The lower back, as a symbolic pillar of support, often signals financial or relational burden carried without clarity or consent. Biodecoding invites a compassionate investigation. Track the timeline of symptoms. Notice the relational context in which the body reacted. Identify the moment you overrode intuition to keep peace, avoid judgment, or chase approval. The body becomes your most loyal ally because it refuses to perpetuate what harms your essence. Rather than fighting your symptoms, bow to their intelligence and negotiate a new contract. A pathway of liberation follows a sequence. 1. Recognition of the pattern. 2. Naming of the unmet need. 3. Repair of the broken agreement with yourself. 4. Recalibration of behavior with embodied boundaries. 5. Ritualized reinforcement through breath, posture, and voice. Example: a therapist repeatedly adds unpaid sessions from guilt. Weeks later, eczema flares on the wrists. The boundary is literally itching to be defined at the handshake of agreements. Biodecoding suggests a new script where the therapist honors time, energy, and pricing. After clear conversations, inflammation softens because the skin no longer needs to shout. Another example: a creator undercharges and over-delivers. Migraines arrive after launches. Pressure accumulates in the head as the weight of unset limits. The medicine is not less creativity. The medicine is precision, scope, price, availability, and delivery windows stated in writing, affirmed in voice, and held in calendar. The nervous system relaxes. The headache releases its megaphone because clean contracts now speak. Damvisar, Section 4, Quantum NLP Tools, Recode, Anchor, Emanate. NLP becomes quantum when intention, physiology, language, and subtle energy converge. The aim is generative change rather than temporary coping. Below are step-by-step practices engineered for sovereign presence and relational prosperity. 4.1 Identity Level Reframe. Goal: shift from pleaser or controller to sovereign steward. Protocol 1. Posture: stand with feet hip-width, crown gently elongated, shoulders relaxed. 2. Breath: inhale for 4 counts, exhale for 6, 10 cycles, eyes softly open. 3. Language: speak aloud. I embody clear kindness. My number is a blessing. My yes is a covenant. 4. Visualization: see a geometric mantle over your shoulders, a luminous cloak of values. The cloak calibrates your field. Anything misaligned slides away without effort. 5. Evidence: recall 3 micro-moments from the past week where you either honored or wished to honor a limit. Replay each scene with the upgraded identity. Speak the sentence you will use next time. 6th seal: tap the center of your sternum 3 times and imagine a soft bell resounding through your torso. Allow the bell to be the new baseline tone. 4.2 Boundary Language Matrix. Goal: build a library of phrases that encode clarity and care. Create 4 columns: context, core value, boundary sentence, alternative offer. Examples: time respect: I begin at 10 o'clock and end at 10:50. For deeper work, book a second slot, link provided. Financial clarity: this is the fee and these are the deliverables. I do not offer unpaid revisions. You may upgrade to the premium tier. Emotional safety: I speak with respect and expect the same. I pause conversations when disrespect arises. We can resume when mutual care returns. Print this matrix, carry it, practice it in front of a mirror. Pair each sentence with a relaxed jaw and shoulders. The physiology of ease communicates power without aggression. 4.3 Collapse the leak. Goal: close energetic loops that drain attention. Protocol 1. Write a list titled Open Loops. Include lingering favors, unpaid hours, vague collaborations, indefinite discounts, unsaid concerns. 2. Mark each item L for let go, C for clarify, or U for upgrade. 3. For each L, write a loving closure script. For each C, Schedule a conversation. For each you, design a new container with scope, price, and timelines. 4. Speak each script aloud until your belly feels calm. 5. Send the messages. Place a hand over your solar plexus after each send. Install the belief energy follows structure, and my structure is generous. 4.4 Quantum Price Alignment. Goal: let pricing become a ritual of truth. Protocol: 1. Write your authentic monthly capacity in hours. 2. Write your desired monthly well-being standard, including rest and art. 3. Reverse engineer from desired well-being to feasible project load. 4. Set a minimum loving price, a standard price, and a premium transformation price. 5. Create short scripts that name each tier clearly. 6. Anchor with a breath and a subtle smile when stating prices, allowing silence to do the work of integration. Wow. 4.5 The three-field anchor. Goal: regulate before, during, and after boundary conversations. Before: place a hand on your belly and another on your heart. Breathe downwards. Speak your intention, clarity, and kindness. During: keep feet grounded. Micro-relax the jaw. Use present tense verbs. Replace apologies with appreciation. After: shake arms and legs for 30 seconds. Exhale long. Write one sentence of self-recognition to consolidate the new neural pathway. 4.6 Generative Future Pacing. Goal: evoke effortless follow-through. Protocol: 1. Visualize your next week as a path with luminous gates representing meetings and exchanges. 2. At each gate, see your future self standing with the boundary language matrix in hand. 3. Watch 3 scenes play where you state scope, price, and timing with calm warmth. 4. Let the scene lock in with a felt sense of relief. 5. Whisper, I protect the river so the river can sing. Nasinda Section 5. Spiritual Perspective and Christ Consciousness. Christ consciousness moves as radical inclusion without self-erasure. Unconditional love includes your nervous system. Compassion that forgets the self is not compassion. The living Christ within speaks with clarity that liberates both sides. A no attuned to truth rescues another from the karma of crossing a line. A yes attuned to truth invites another into the sacrament of reciprocity. Buddhist emptiness clarifies the subtle field. Boundaries are empty of inherent solidity and full of compassionate function. They exist as dependent arisings, tools for the moment, rituals of clarity. Psychomagic contributes symbolic acts that impress the unconscious with precision. Tie a ribbon around your wrist for 7 days as a vow to keep time agreements. Place a pebble on your desk that represents your minimum loving price. When you honor the price, touch the pebble and exhale. When you dishonor it, move the pebble to a visible corner and bow to the lesson before resetting. Sovereign energy does not armor the heart. Sovereign energy dresses the heart in priestly garments. This vestment consecrates your attention. Where your attention goes, your reality grows. Presence becomes tithing. You tithe attention to what you love and withdraw attention from what depletes. Prosperity responds because the field now contains consistent signals without interference. In community, your sovereignty invites others into theirs. Hierarchies dissolve into harmonies. Leadership becomes resonance rather than domination. Agreements shine. The temple stays clean. Blessing circulates. Tarahumda. Section 6. Integrative Ritual. The Covenant of Yes and No. Duration: 21 minutes. Materials: a candle, 2 small bowls, paper, and a pen. Sequence 1A. 1. Prepare. Light the candle. Place the bowls in front of you. Name the left bowl, boundaries. I retire, and the right bowl, boundaries I embody. 2. Write. On small slips of paper, list 3 patterns that leak energy. Examples include discounting yourself, accepting last-minute changes without compensation, responding outside your sacred hours. Place these in the left bowl. Third release. Exhale slowly and bring the left bowl to your heart. Whisper, Thank you for protecting me before I knew better. Blow gently over the bowl and then set it to your left. 4. Define. Write 3 new embodied boundaries. Example sentences. I answer messages within my chosen hours. I deliver only within agreed scope. I price according to my true capacity and value. Place these slips into the right bowl. Cinque. Consecrate. Lift the right bowl to your forehead and heart. Speak. My limits serve love. My clarity invites prosperity. My presence blesses all agreements. 6. Install. With each slip, breathe in for 4 counts and press the paper against your sternum for a second. Imagine golden geometry sealing into your field. 7. Close. Extinguish the candle with gratitude. Place the right bowl slips under your pillow for 1 night and keep one in your wallet for 30 days. Appendices for daily mastery. Daily micro practices. Morning posture, reset. 2 minutes of upright standing with slow exhalations. Value statement. 1 sentence written in present tense about your sacred work. Boundary rehearsal. Speak 1 sentence from your matrix out loud before opening messages. Financial review. 3-minute scan of the week for scope creep and renegotiation needs. Nervous system hygiene. 10 slow exhalations after any negotiation. Relational prosperity compass. Reciprocity index. Notice if energy, time, and appreciation circulate. If not, adjust the container. Joy quotient. Honor what creates warm aliveness. Calendar it as a non-negotiable. Repair path. When missteps occur, name impact, restore agreement, and reset structure. Language upgrades. Replace. I'm sorry for charging with. I appreciate your interest, and here is the structure that allows my best work. Replace, I can make an exception with. I can offer an upgrade that honors the new scope. Replace, I do not know how to say this with. I value our connection and I want to name a boundary that will support us both. Dari. High vibration closing. Master aphorism. Boundaries are the music stands that let your symphony be heard. Quantum challenge for the next 24 hours. Choose 1 open loop and close it with a loving script. If a conversation is required, schedule it and send the message today. Place your hand on your solar plexus and anchor the feeling of clean completion. Activation code. Speak slowly 3 times with a long exhale after each line. I am clear, love. I am clean, power. I am sovereign exchange. Con amor, Andrew.